Hi, everyone. This is Cheryl Skolage and Kelly Maynard here with another Lipedema Lite Bite. We're going to be talking once again about conservative therapies for managing lipedema. This is actually part 3. Isn't that amazing? There's just so many conservative methods that are out there. Want to just say thank you all for joining.
We're really excited. I'm excited that there's a part 3 because I think there's so many things that women can do to help themselves, even if they don't have a doctor to help them, or even if their mobility is limited, or even if they can't afford surgery. These are all non-surgical methods. All different types and stages of lipedema can be helped by lots of different conservative therapies. So I'm super excited to see how we can share information with women to help all these things, like improve their quality of life, decrease their pain, increase their mobility, help their fibrotic tissue. So I'm really happy that we get to do another one of these.
Same here. Yes, the first 2 were nice and successful, and it really is amazing to me just how many different therapies there are. I sometimes have difficulty kind of narrowing it down and selecting what ones I'm planning on trying, during a certain period of time or whatever. And one of the ones that we're going to be talking about today is rebounding. Rebounding is one that really helped me to rehabilitate. I was having some trouble a couple of years ago being able to even stand for longer than maybe 5 minutes, having trouble cooking food in the kitchen and so forth. And so I set a goal to just try to rebound for 5 minutes at a time. And then from there, it kind of expanded. Rebounding uses changes in the G-force, weightlessness versus increased gravitational pull. It helps to move the lymph. You're getting that foot pump action, and so you're moving the lymph through the body. It helps with edema, aids in digestion, improves balance and agility, and works your core muscles and large muscle groups like your legs and buttocks, improving your muscle tone.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I didn't understand about rebounding before I actually had a rebounder and tried it is you think of rebounding is like a trampoline, so you're going to have to jump and jump and jump. And I think a lot of women might just think that's not for them because they aren't able to jump like a child on a trampoline, but that's not what it is at all. You can actually have a lot of help from the rebounder without your feet ever actually leaving the surface of the rebounder, just a very gentle bounce. And even if you have a higher body weight, a lot of the rebounders are rated for, more than 150 or 200 or 300 pounds. You just have to look and see which one might work best for you.
That's a really good point, because I never let my feet leave the rebounder either. And I think it's also a good time to mention that there's this really tiny rebounder that you can have for, like, if you're sitting at a desk, you can put it underneath your desk and just kind of bounce your feet against that. It's called a mini trampolet. And so that's available too. And so if you are having some issues with the weight limit of a regular rebounder, that little trampolet is a wonderful idea for you.
That's true. Isn't that, I think Dr. Lindy McHutchison has that information on her website. If anybody wanted to Google her, she uses that with a lot of her lipedema patients.
Yeah, that's a great
the
idea.
Mini one under the desk.
Yeah. And I've seen it on Amazon as well. So I know it's available there.
Readily available. Yeah, this is one of the things where you can get it on your own. It doesn't take a prescription and you can do it at your own rate. There's not any sort of exact amount of minutes that you have to do it or intensity that you would have to use the rebounder. And as the pictures show down there, some of them will come with a handle if you're having balance issues or need a little help with that. So it's very versatile and really easy on your joints and hips, muscles, any kind of challenge that you might be having, the rebounder really could be a good answer for you, or the little trampolite, as Cheryl mentioned, if you can't do standing up for very long.
And I think there's been some studies. We have a little quote down at the bottom there from the Ultimate Exercise by Dr. Morton Walker and Albert Carter. And they've talked about that a rebounder is able to decrease stress and improve rest. So benefits with as little as 10 minutes, just a couple times a week. And I know for me, I was able to get to that 5-minute period and, kind of met my goal. So that was exciting. Then I increased it to 10 minutes, then 15. And eventually I was able to do 45 minutes on a rebounder. About that time I switched over to walking. I just kind of enjoy getting out into the air and just being able to see things and change around. But I'll still use the rebounder, especially if it's raining outside, maybe during the winter when it's snowing, when the weather just isn't all that great. It's easy enough that I can even do it inside. So
Yeah, it's great. And a lot of the models will even fold up. So you don't have to have this trampoline out in the middle of your floor all the time. So something that people should really check into if they're not able to have access to a pool or a lot of the other things we've talked about before. This could be a good option for them.
I agree. And now we have one of our favorites, the percussive massage gun. Both Kelly and I just recently came across massage guns and had the opportunity to try them out. I've been just loving mine. I didn't even realize some of the pain that I was having in my hips, and it was able to kind of reduce that. The vibrations are able to help improve the blood and lymph circulation. And I know Dr. Herbst has talked a lot about how that type of vibration can get deep into the tissue. So one of our previous presentations, we were talking about quadrivarus therapy and how a deep massage can really help to improve the tissues. And a massage gun can kind of mimic that type of deep massage to help try to get that fascia rebuilt down deep in the tissues.
Right. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I didn't know that I would be a fan of these massage guns before I tried it. I
agree with you. I didn't think so either.
I had even sort of kind of dismissed the massage guns as anything that might be beneficial. I think because I had used a different variety of massage type gun before. But if you buy a good quality massage gun like the ones that we've been able to try out, I think that people might be pleasantly surprised. Some of the things that you and I have noticed and we've talked about are that they're very lightweight. It looks very heavy, but it isn't. And my arms tend to get tired, and I was very pleased that they weren't heavy. I can use the massage gun for, even 15 or 20 minutes using only one of my arms, and my arm doesn't tire out. Yeah. So that was really good. They're portable. They fit in a little case. They have variable speeds. So it has a lot of individual control. If you have an area that's more tender, you can turn the speed way down or put a different attachment on and really control exactly how you're impacting the tissues. And it's a lot less expensive than some of the whole body vibration machines that we've talked about before. And so that could be a plus for a lot of people who can't afford to go get a whole body vibration machine or don't have access to one at a physical therapist's office or a gym or something like that.
Yeah. I really like it. Well, when I was first looking at it, it looked a lot like a portable screwdriver that my husband has. And, I remember trying to pick that thing up and it's just way too heavy. So I think I was very pleasantly surprised at the lightweight um, of the gun. And also just the ability, you were talking about, instead of a vibration plate, I like how you're able to target certain areas with the vibration gun, so you can get right onto your hips. You can, get it back onto your buttocks and down your thighs and get the back of the leg. Um, and so instead of doing the whole body with the vibration plate, you can, really concentrate on certain areas that you want to see that improvement, for the pain relief, to decrease the muscle fatigue and soreness and things like that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan.
I've been a fan too. And the other thing that I was pleased about is, like you're saying, you can target a certain area. If you have an area that has more fibrotic tissue, and most of us do, not our whole body isn't equally affected by our lipedema and the progression that's made. I've been able to really target certain areas that had fibrotic tissue, and it's started to break down. And I haven't done, I wouldn't say intense therapy with the massage gun. I tend to sit on the couch and use it while I'm doing something else, and not really, I don't have to spend a lot of my energy and time using it. It's also very quiet.
Yeah.
And it doesn't vibrate your hand. So your hand doesn't have that weird tingly feeling after you're using it. So I think both of us have just been kind of shocked at how much we like our massage gun that we were able to try out. It can help with range of motion and pain relief, which both of us have had pain relief. In just a few sessions, we've noticed a difference in our pain levels.
Yep.
It can decrease muscle fatigue and soreness and reduce fibrotic tissue, which I think both of us have noticed as well. So
Yeah.
all around, pretty good therapy that you can do yourself at home.
And you also reminded me when you were talking about being able to sit on the couch and use it. One of the big, huge benefits I feel is that since you're able to do it over your clothing, you don't have to be concerned like with gua sha or cupping or any of those types of techniques that are done right on the skin, of trying to get in and out of your compression, trying to get the oil. You can do it right over your clothing. So for me, I was picking up the gun and going for, 5 minutes, maybe 3 different times during the day. It's just very, very easy just to grab it and do a little bit and, move on with your life instead of making this a huge, huge ordeal.
Yes, that's true, because I know some of the therapies, it's a big investment of your time and effort.
Yeah.
You have to set aside a big portion of your day to actually do it. So I've noticed that about the massage gun too. I'll tend to just pick it up. If I have a little area of soreness, I can just use it for 2 or 3 minutes and I'll get a little bit of relief so I can go on with my day.
Yep. One of my favorites is a Epsom salt bath or Dead Sea mineral soak. I do this nearly every day, just to try to get the magnesium into the body. And if you have trouble getting into a tub, you can just do a foot soak and you are able to get the same benefits, which I think is really pretty exciting in itself. A great method of detoxing the body and a great source of magnesium.
Yes, and I've noticed I do not like the taste of those electrolyte drinks. And some of them have weird ingredients that are not necessarily the best for us, artificial colors, flavors, sugars, those types of things. And I've found that if I consistently use the Epsom salt and Dead Sea mineral soaks, the Dead Sea minerals do have a few other things besides magnesium, a few other minerals, that it really helps me feel more balanced. It helps my fluid levels in my body and stuff. It'll help with decreasing pain and inflammation. It's also really good for your skin and your like this, your skin health. I wouldn't say if you are having some sort of skin problem, if you have lymphedema and you have very sensitive skin where your skin, will have tears or something like that, don't use it with open wounds without guidance from a healthcare professional. But besides that, it is very good for healing your skin. It's very good for helping it stay moisturized. And they found that after only a couple of weeks, they've found that there is a lot of benefit from using these minerals to either soak your feet or in a bathtub. So not much, you don't have to do a lot, just sit and relax and have a health benefit.
That's a good way to go. Always nice to sit back and get some benefits. Boy.
Yes.
And that was actually a research study, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did a research study in Israel, which makes sense since the Dead Sea is right there, and a lot of people go there for its health benefits.
Yep.
I think the study was with arthritis patients, but I think there are a lot of similarities. A lot of us with lipedema might have a hypermobility issue, Ehlers-Danlos or something, where our joints do hurt. And so I think there could be similarities between the arthritis patients and those who have lipedema, inflammation in your joints and extra fluid there. And so I think that we can sort of use that study, even though it's not on lipedema ladies, we could still take that information and apply it to our own community.
Very good point. Next, we have contrast showers. I haven't done this very much lately, and I keep thinking about maybe reintroducing it again. I do remember when I was younger, I was staying at a hotel and they had a hot tub and a pool right next to each other, and I jumped back and forth. And I, seem to remember that maybe had some benefits back then. But contrast showers is free, quick, and easy. And the benefits have been noted in the Journal of Lymphedema. So that's pretty exciting. It's so difficult, I think, with a lot of these therapies to find clinical trials where some of this has been seen. So, when you do come across a clinical trial that is pretty exciting, I think, anyway.
It is. This, as you know, since we've talked about it, this is a therapy that I kept dismissing for a very long time because I'm not a girl that likes cold water. That just doesn't appeal to me. But I will say that since I decided to try this, because I had the same experience of you, there was a hot tub and a pool. And while the pool was heated, there was about a 25-degree difference from the hot tub to the pool. And so even though that water wasn't cold, the difference in the temperatures going from one to the other helped me with, I rested better that night. I had quite a bit of loss of fluid. And it helped with my inflammation and my pain. And so after that, I thought, well, maybe this is worth checking out. And there are times, as you know, we just don't feel like doing anything else that day. We don't want to take off that compression or go get the oil or have to spend an hour or two investing in our health. Sometimes it's just too much that day. And I found on days like that, if I can talk myself into doing that cold water, just 3 cycles of pretty hot water, then pretty cool water, as long as there's a big difference in the temperatures, it really does help my pain levels. And so I think as you see, quick, free, and easy, you can't really get better than that. And I've had some clients, they just don't have access to a shower where they can comfortably fit. And so they've even found benefits, and it's not on the slide, but with your feet, doing your feet from hot to cold water.
Really?
Yes, that can stimulate your lymph system enough to give you some benefits, even if you're just doing your feet Sometimes women have even reported just their hands, doing their hands from hot to cold water. It triggers
Yeah.
something in your body and in your brain that stimulates that constriction of blood vessels and dilation of blood vessels. So anytime you can go from cold to hot, maybe 2 or 3 cycles, there's a lot of benefit. Whole body, hands and feet, whatever you can do.
All right, you sold me. I might try that tonight then. All right. We can reduce joint and muscle inflammation, promotes blood vessel health, improves recovery time after exertion. A lot of the things that Kelly's already been talking about. Increases muscle strength, helps heal damaged tissue, because if you're getting that lymph moving, you're getting all of that stuff moving, you're going to get the right stuff to the right place to help heal that damaged tissue.
Right.
Increases your lymph flow and reduces pain. Yeah, I think I'm sold. All right.
So in conclusion, at least for part 3, because we keep finding more and more great things to help us.
True.
Conservative therapies can provide great benefits for those with lipedema. Not every therapy will be right for you, but you should try to find what works for you, for your health, your routine, and your budget. I've seen women dismiss things that work for other women, and then they don't want to try new things. They're waiting for, I guess, a doctor to tell them that it's okay. But a lot of these things, know that it's okay. It's okay for you to try some things. It's long as you're keeping in mind what works for you, what won't damage. I mean, some of these things have contraindications if you have blood clots or if you have a heart problem or something like that. But overall, try some things out and see what can work for you. Not everything's right for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much out there that you can try to see if it is right for you.
Yeah, some of the things that we covered today are pretty simple, easy things that can be done, and they can be very beneficial. So you don't have to spend a large amount of money or find a professional to do a lot of these therapies. Some of them are very expensive, but other ones, you can try to incorporate into your life and be able to find some benefits. So there is hope. And I love the last line. You can take control of your lipedema.
You can. You can't always cure yourself, but you can help your health and you can have a better quality of life if you take control of some of these things and just try and see what will work for you.
Definitely. And so for more information, please find me. I listed my flow page, flow.page/lipedema diva. I have a lot of different links in there so that you can find me in whatever media you're interested in for yourself.
And my website is wildheart.health. My email is info@wildheart.health. And then 2
We
Facebook
also
groups.
have, exactly.
Go ahead.
For patients, we have lipedema and food sensitivities, take control of your lipedema. And for providers, lipedema and food sensitivities healthcare community. So hope to see you guys on one of those Facebook groups, and just around the web on various social media. Be sure to sign up for and subscribe to our Lipedema Lite Bites series so that you get notified for our next one. And we'll see you next time. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.